Hello friends, this is Node.js Inline Table, CRUD Operation tutorial series. And in this video, we will learn how to live table edit or update MySQL data in Node.js Express CRUD application. In previous part, we have shown you how to live table, insert data into MySQL using Node.js. Now in this part, we will show you how to inline table, update MySQL data using Node.js application. So for this, first we have goes to index.html file, and under this, we have goes to JavaScript code part. And here, we have make update data function, with 3 argument like, element, variable name and id. Under this function, first we have to write, param variable is equal to. Variable name is equal to, variable name variable, and after this, we have to write. Variable value is equal to, element.inner text property, and after this, we have to write. ID is equal to, ID variable, so here we have store data, under this variable, which we will send to Node application. Now, we have write request variable is equal to new XML HTTP request object. So here, we have create new instance of this XML HTTP request object for send HTTP request to server. After this, we have to write request variable.open method with 2 argument. In first argument, we have to write post method, and in second argument, we have to write URL, so here we have to write /update data root name. So this code will initialize a new request with the HTTP method, and request sent to update data root. After this, we want to send the proper header information, along with the request. So here we have to write request variable.setRequest, header function, with 2 argument. In first argument, we have to write content type, and in second argument, we have to write application/form URL encoded, so it will send the proper header information. After this, we have to write request variable.onReadyStateChange, callback function. This function will be called when the state change, and under this function, we have to write if statement, and under condition, we have to write request.readyState variable value is equal to XML HTTP request.done value, and request.status variable value is equal to 200. If this condition true, then it will execute if block of code. And under this block, we have to write alert statement with message like data updated, so it will pop up this message on web page. And lastly, under this function, we have to write request variable.send function. And under this, we have to write param variable, which will send data with HTTP request. So here our function is ready. Now we want to call this function when we have changed data in table. So under load data function, here in editable table column, we have to write on blur event is equal to update data function with 3 argument. In first argument, we have to write this, and in second argument, we have to write first name, and in third argument, we have to write result variable.id. So when we change in column text, and leave that column, then this function will be called, which will send HTTP request to Node.js update data root for update data in MySQL table. Now we have goes to server.js file, and here, we have to create root for update data operation. So here, we have to write app variable.post method with 2 argument. In first argument, we have to write root name update data, and in second argument, we have to write callback function with request and response variable as argument. Under this callback function, first we want to store data in local variable which we have received with HTTP request. So for this, we have to write variable name is equal to request.body.variable name. After this, we have to write variable value is equal to request.body.variable value. And below this, we have to write id variable is equal to request.body.id variable. So here, we have store data in local variable. Now we have proceed for update data operation. So here, we have to write SQL variable is equal to update sample data table. Set variable name variable is equal to $open and close bracket. And between this, we have to write variable value variable and in where condition. We have to write id column value is equal to $open and close bracket, and between this, we have to write id variable, so this update query will update data in my SQL table. Now for execute this update query, so here we have to write connect variable.query function with two argument. In first argument, we have to write SQL variable, in which we have store update query. In second argument, we have to write callback function with two argument like error variable and results variable. So it will execute above update query and update particular column data in my SQL table. Now under this callback function, we have to write response.json method. And under this, we have to write message as key, and in value, we have to write data updated message. So here, our code is ready. Now we want to check output in the browser. So we have goes to command prompt, and here, we have run this command, which will start Node server. Now here in browser, we have enter localhost with 3000 port number. So here, on web page, we can see that sample table data has been displayed in editable table. Now we want to change each column data of this row. So here we can see that this column data is editable. Now here, we have changed column data, and we have leave this column. So here we can see that data updated message has been pop up on web page. Now here we have to refresh this web page. So here we can see that change data has been displayed. That means my SQL data has been successfully updated. So in this part, we have to learn how to inline table edit or update my SQL data in Node CRUD application. In next part, we will learn how to inline delete or remove data from my SQL table under this Node Express CRUD application. So we will be meet in next part.